Good evening, I'm Kurt Gutgsell. Friday at Jasper High School, softball standout Hillary Springer signed to play Division I softball at Eastern Illinois. Springer on why she chose the Panthers.
I was really looking at schools kind of close to home, and so it was kind of a really good fit for me to get out there and go someplace that nobody from Jasper is going to, but also stay pretty local. But like I said in my speech, when I first went there, they were like, well, you got to hit, and from being a slugger, I love to hit, and so that was kind of one of the main things. And all of their sports are really competitive, and they even have like this little program where if a different sport goes to another sporting event, they get like a certain amount of points. So it's just a really fun, family-like school.
What are your earliest memories of playing softball?
Definitely at the rec fields here in Jasper. Just having like all of the girls that like play now and just friends, and my dad's coach and everything like that, and getting Capri Suns after the games.
What are you going to have to do to play at the next level? Everybody's going to have to improve, but what are your goals as far as improvement?
Really just competing, like being on my sluggers team. There's like 17, 18 girls on my team, so competing for a spot is really important, and just kind of going with it and jumping in and doing whatever coach says.
What's it been like to play softball here at Jasper?
It's been amazing. Coach Pryor and Nichter and everybody is really supportive of goals, and it's amazing that the community really shows out to all the games and supports us any way they can, even if it's buying the pork chop dinner tickets and going to the field house every night with my dad has really been helpful.
Regional basketball from Saturday. Northeast DuBois saw their season come to an end. They lose to Lagodi 57-33 at Lagodi. Lions jump out to a 17-10 lead after one. Never look back. The Jeeps end their season at 14-11. In 2A, Forest Park fell to Brownstown 64-49 at Huntingburg Memorial Gym. Rangers finish at 9-18. Semi-state pairings for this Saturday in 4A at Newcastle. Brownsburg will play Jennings County in Game 1, followed by undefeated Ben Davis against Bloomington North. Championship game later on at 8 o'clock in all these semi-state pairings. 3A at Seymour, it'll be Scottsburg versus North Davies in the first game, followed by Guerin Catholic and Beech Grove. Meanwhile, in Class 2A, high school basketball at Southport at the Fieldhouse, it'll be Brownstown Central versus Indianapolis-Scecina in Game 1, followed by Park Heritage taking on the Linton Miners, who are 27-1 on the season. And in Class A at the Hatchet House in Washington, game number 1 will pit the Lagodi Lions against Indianapolis Lutheran, followed by Jackson Dell taking on Rock Creek Academy. They are 11-14 on the season. The All-PAC basketball team announced on the first tee from Heritage Hills, Trent Sisley, Bryson Neidig from Washington, Cale Donahoe of South Spencer, North Posey's Jackson Graff, Nico Burnett of Mount Vernon, Quade Morton of Pike Central, Jackson Lamb of Gibson Southern, along with the pair of Boonville Pioneers, Jake Fuller and Clay Connor. On the second team, Tate Whitehead and Mick Ubelor from Southridge, Jace Berg and Reed Howard from Forest Park also made that PAC all-second team in high school basketball. Meanwhile, Purdue wins the Big Ten tournament for the first time since 2009 with a 67-65 win over Penn State at the United Center in Chicago. Zach Edey had 30 points and 13 rebounds. The Boilermakers are 29-5. Indiana named a 4 seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament. They will play Kent State Friday in Albany, New York with a late 9:55 tip. Purdue will face either Fairleigh Dickinson or Texas Southern Friday at 6:50 in Columbus, Ohio. Kentucky also in the NCAA tournament. The Wildcats will play Providence on Friday at 7:10. Both Southern Indiana and Indiana State have accepted bids to the CBI in Florida. USI will play San Jose State on Friday. Indiana State takes on South Carolina Upstate. In women's basketball, Indiana number 1 seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament. They are the 1 seed in the Greenville 2 regional. The Hoosiers play either Tennessee Tech or Monmouth on Saturday at the Simon Scott Assembly Hall. That will be an 11:30 tip on Saturday morning. Meanwhile, Purdue will play St. John's in a play-in game Thursday in Columbus. The Pacers play tonight, back in action against the Pistons once again in Detroit. The Pacers beat the Pistons on Saturday night as part of that current road trip. The Pacers on the season 11th in the Eastern Conference. They are 31-37 heading into tonight's game. William Byron celebrating back-to-back NASCAR Cup Series victories. He wins yesterday at Phoenix. The driver of the 24 took home the checkered flag after the race went into overtime. Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, and Kevin Harvick rounded out the top 5. The racers now head to Atlanta for the race this Sunday. Stay tuned. We'll have more after this.